Good day, it's Althea from the Bible in 1 year. Today we spend time in Hosea 12. Wrestle and prevail. Have you ever wrestled with someone? It can be quite difficult and exhausting. If your opponent outweighs you at all levels, stronger, more skillful, way more crafty, and experienced by you, it could be a losing battle, even suicide. An old English proverb says, "When the wind is in the east, it is good for neither man nor beast." In Hosea 12, Hosea uses a parable to describe Ephraim, one of the tribes of Israel. It is like someone who tries to pursue the east wind. Every day Ephraim multiplies lies and violence. In chapter 12, verse 3, Hosea used this history of their ancestor Jacob, as we read in Genesis 25, to bring insight to this rebellious tribe. Jacob was born straight after his twin brother Esau. Jacob came out with his hand on his brother's heel. A heel catcher is someone who gets ahead by tripping others up. Crafty and dishonest, a double dealer. As a mature man, Jacob wrestled with God. One could think, how is this possible to wrestle with God? What is more is that Jacob prevailed against God in verse 4. Jacob wrestled in a physical match and refused to submit to God. To wrestle with God is to resist God. Spiritually, he was locked in competition with God. The only way to prevail is to lose. Jacob lost his battle. He accepted the loss and surrendered to God. This way, Jacob prevailed. Broken and desperate, he wept in repentance and sought God's favor. The second part of verse 4 and verse 5 confirms that in fact it was God himself who spoke with Jacob, and that now through this message of Jacob and Ephraim, God also speaks to us. Verse 6 shows us the way back. Return in repentance to your God. Observe, highly regarded, kindness and justice. Wait expectantly for your God continually. To lose against God is to be won over. To be won over by God is to be saved. Saved from destruction of the east wind of your own will and ideas that you desperately pursue. To realize the superiority of God, to seek his favor and blessing. God is clear about the transgressions, the sin committed in the book of Hosea. In chapter 5, verse 4 and 5 we read, "They do not know the Lord, they do not recognize, appreciate, heed or cherish him, but the pride and self-reliance testify against them." In chapter 11, verse 5, "Because they refused to return to me." In chapter 12, verse 10, God confirms that he speaks to us through prophets and visions. He appeals to our sense of right and wrong. He makes his will known to us. Through this message today, God speaks to you. He shows you the way back to him. His love is extended through this message straight to your heart. Return in repentance to God, surrender and prevail. Proverbs 19 verse 21 and 23 says, "Many plans are in a man's mind, but it is the Lord's purpose for him that will stand. The fear of the Lord leads to life." My prayer for you is that you will hear the calling today. His unfailing love that is extended to you. That God will win you over today and in this way prevail. And that he may lead you to life. May you be blessed. Goodbye.